Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm Steven Berry, and we will be streaming again. Again. They're killing it. And the group is called aespa. That's how I pronounce it anyway. Aespa. Like aspiration, maybe? Who knows? And the video is called Thirsty Trap. So it's Thirsty, not Thirsty Trap. Thirsty Track video. And this one's a little spicy, because that's a precursor to the next video. But for now, we're going to get the Thirsty music video. And we will play it. Let's see. So yeah, we're going to set that up real quick. Look at the settings already. This is so retro. I love the consistent retro theme. Caught thirsty. Look. If anybody knows the logo style, let me know. I know it. Look at the colors of this. I love the poppy colors of that. It's really nice. Look at this. Very beautiful. And their drinks match. The drinks match the background. Just an observation, guys. Yeah, back in those days, they had a lot of pictures on their lockers. They still probably do it a little bit, but I know, like, back in the 80s, 90s, it was a big thing. Like that. Early 2000s, maybe. Look at that computer. I remember those computers from a long time ago. I remember very, very briefly. Like, I never used one. I used, like, I think they were out when I was elementary or back in the day. I won't age myself, but I'm just saying. I do remember those laptops on movies. And I remember working on the Apple computers, the big versions of that. Big versions, and they've always been colorful. They've always had a lot of color, And I feel like recently the Apple computers are not as colorful. So yeah, but this is definitely probably 90s. This is definitely 90s, obviously. Like late, maybe like 97, 98. I'm thinking. Yeah, this is like probably like 99. I'm thinking like 98, 99. Yeah. What series is that? Lucky Charms. That's so American. So they're definitely at an American school. It's obvious that they're in America because you got the milk right there. You got the syrup. You got. Is that a what's that book right there on the far left on the table? It almost looks like a Bible. I'm not even joking, guys. It looks like she has a Bible, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm just saying. Or some random textbook that had, because the only reason why I said that is because most books don't look like that. Um, Usually the pages on the sides they're usually more like white. I see a little bit of red tinted to it, and just the way the Bible looking the book that looks like a Bible, at least the way it's just kind of laid out like that. Um, I don't know. What's your opinion, guys? Right. So I'm looking around. Oh, there it is, right there. There's a poster of a classic Clueless right on the back. I must have missed that before, but the back, the orange wall on the left, you can see Clueless right below the window. Oh my gosh, this is probably like around. Yeah, this has to be like late 90s, early 2000s, like minimum. Wait. What was that? Girl talk? So, okay, if there's anyone old enough to remember all these books, I don't. My sister might know. I'm not a girl, obviously, but I'm saying there's a lot of girl stuff that maybe the '90s kids would know. I do remember Babysitters Club, Babysitters Club. Everybody knew because that was just everywhere in the stores and stuff like that. Look at that phone. Okay, what else? What else am I missing? Okay, something girls. I see. Quitty squares. I see live life character something. Some poster. I don't recognize that too much. It's let's see. Lots of Easter eggs here from that era. Look at the phone. Honestly, that phone is probably not even from the 90s. It's probably like from the 80s or 70s. If you could look at the wallpaper, that wallpaper could be easily 70s, and a lot of 70s houses obviously just kept their wallpaper probably throughout the 90s, some of them. And so do people come in and nobody changes the wallpaper? I could be wrong about the wallpaper, but if that specific wallpaper looks like it's older, but it could be more 80s, and it probably carried through to the 90s. Who knows? Oh, look at that. Okay, got the yeah. I do remember those styles very briefly. And look at the back wall. For some reason, there's a camera there. I'm not sure if there's a camera there. Is that a security camera? And then there's that it's like a towel looking thing. I'm not sure what that is, but those colors definitely match. Yeah. Those TVs do not match the era though, for sure. Those TVs to me, well, maybe a little bit. Like the TV in the back right there. Maybe that's I don't know. It's not a Korean thing, but I don't know. I don't remember the TVs being that retro in the 90s. My TVs are pretty. That TV must have been like kept from like the 70s or something. Like the 70s, even the 60s had. I don't know. That looks like almost six. I could be wrong. Maybe it is just a style that I missed at one point in the early. That feels sick. That feels like the 60s. I don't know. And look at that lava lamp. So you got a little bit of mixture of like the 70s, 80s, but the all these appliances and TVs, they probably just were saved and just kept. Maybe a lot of hand me downs going on, just people picking stuff up from the thrift store. And that's a very nice looking cake, by the way. If Korea, this is if Korea was in America. Is that anything else I'm missing? Okay. If I'm pausing a lot, I'm sorry, guys. This is a reaction, but I'm also the scenes are more interesting to me, and I'm also trying to avoid copyright. So yeah, that orange is really. Look at the style of what she's wearing. It's actually very definitely very late 90s. I'll say 1997, maybe 1995 through early 2000s. Yeah, that style. I'm trying to self-pause it. Or, yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at. They have a lot of colors. The colors actually, to me, I don't know if there are that many colors in the 90s, but I love the color, like the walls and everything's just so bright. That it actually feels like that would be something more in Korea. So, but I think it's just the representation of the colors for back then. Okay, look at this. You got the popcorn. You got the look at the radio on the left side by the plant. That's definitely not a 90s appliance, obviously. It looks like more like it'll come from maybe 50s. It looks almost like the 50s or 60s to me, anyway. I could be wrong, but yeah. And the floor mats, everything. That lamp has been coming up, and that lamp is definitely kind of hard to say, because when it comes to lamps, you never know. But some people just have older stuff from like just to get a certain style. But I actually do like that radio look. I like that. I like that. It's like a TV show almost. They should just make a TV show like this. Just do it. I would fund it. If you guys subscribe and get some, so you get a membership going, you can fund stuff like this, guys. Don't you guys want to like work with these guys, huh? Like a crowdfund? Work with aespa? Alright guys, that was Thirsty. Actually, that actually may have been one of my favorites. Maybe it was my favorite, because every single time I go to the 90s style, like any type of music video that's like kind of any 90s reference, or I don't really care too much about the 80s references. I don't care about that. I like 60s a lot too, but 90s for some reason is my favorite, because I just thought that era was just so unique and so much transition coming from the 80s. And you kind of get a feel of what the early 2000s was like too, but especially early 90s. I love that style of music. The fashion was interesting. Not that it was the best, but you knew what you were getting when you saw. Oh, this is 90s for sure. Then when you get to the late 90s, maybe mid to late 90s, early 2000s, you kind of see what the era is like. If anybody watches the Clueless movie, for example, like the poster, that's a classic. If you guys haven't seen that movie, I recommend it. You guys kind of get a feel of like the style of the 90s. There are lots of different styles too. It's not just one or the other. So you had the rich girls, you got the regular girls, you got the plaid shirts. That's kind of like tied down the waist area with a t-shirt maybe. Uh, Before that, like the plaid shirt kind of opened up like that, tied around, right? I actually one of the characters on Clueless had something like that. Then you got the skater boys. I was a skater in the early 2000s, trying to get sponsored, trying to make make that paper. Yeah. So I definitely could relate to that era because there wasn't technology to film yourself skateboarding. You had to get like a expensive camera, video camera. It wasn't expensive per se, like the phones are these days, but you know, the cell phones back then didn't really have the ability to film like that. So I had to get a video camera. But yeah, that era and I didn't really. I probably have used a few of those types of phones before, but they got old really fast. Most of the phones I've had were wireless for the most part, but actually in the 90s I did have a wired phone. I think I remember using one at one point, probably a long time ago, but it was not. It was very short lived. So yeah, I don't really think that it technology moved really fast, and the interior design and all that wallpaper stuff. And you still probably see some houses to this day, like the older people who never changed their wallpaper, and it looks exactly like it was in like the 70s or 80s or 90s. So probably when you get like 20 years from now, you'll probably see stuff from this era that nobody changed yet. Every once in a while. So, but yeah, things move really fast, and technology has definitely grown from then. The Apple computers are very different. So I do appreciate the effort on this music video to really create a look. I wonder if anybody who worked on this music video is from America, because there's a lot of Korean Americans who like go to the K-pop industry and just have kind of a film background. And so I'm thinking like I'm gonna go through this real quick without the music, but I want to see this part right here is just as interesting in a sense where um this could be from a few errors because I know this is like the 90s, but the style of hats are 50s, right? This is a very old style of hats, but a lot of some fast food places still have these hats, like In-N-Out Burger in America, and in more the West Side, and so you do see the style still. It just depends upon this, but usually it's like a retro style. Like you would know what you're getting. Like if you walk into the restaurant, it's like more retro looking, and it's just the style of the place is more classic burger. You know what you're getting type of place, and and this part's interesting because I'm looking at the guy here. I like his headphones right here. Can you imagine if they resold these types of headphones as like more of a premium like style? I think they actually would make some sales if they like spruced it up a little bit. And the plaid shirt, girl on the right, you could this is what I'm talking about. It's kind of button at the bottom, and she has a white shirt under it. So that's very that era, like that late 90s, like mid to late 90s, early 2000s era. The other styles I'm not as familiar with, but I'm definitely familiar with the plaid, and probably also probably a lot of jean. I'll say the jean skirt was probably normal back then too, from my memory anyway. Um, I don't think the guy's fashion is kind of varied. Is not it's kind of off and on with this style. So it's not that different than now, honestly. Like I think the fashion changed mostly for the girls. Like often, like it got the plaid coming back a lot of times too. The plaid has always stayed, but just the way you wore it was probably different. And the hairstyles, right? Not that I'm a fashion expert. I'm just saying, just from my observations. And look at this wallpaper right here. This is definitely not. This could easily. This is probably more 90s right here. I could be wrong though. But I'll say the color below on the wallpaper is actually I think that's paint. That's definitely 90s feel, like the colors. And that table, is that a restaurant? I guess yeah, this is a restaurant, so it makes sense. All right. Look at those pants. Actually, it could be about right there. You see, you guys know this logo, right? You guys, you guys know this. Everybody knows this style. Even actually Korea, I think Koreans wear this style, this style logo a lot. With a specific TV show that came out in the '90s. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then look at the yellow cash register cash thing. Um, that's pretty. That's very very basic. It's so basic. I can't. Were we that? Were the '90s, the mid to late '90s that? It's like no computer screen or anything like that. Jeez. Look at that. Oh, look at it. I kind of see the green little fuzzy thing. Am I missing anything? Um, I could. Yeah, that's about right. Look at these girls falling for this. Yeah, this computer though is tripping me out though. And that bear could be something, some type of bear that everybody knows. I don't know that what she's holding. I don't know anything about that, but I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure that that stuffed animal she's holding is probably some classic. Maybe my sister will comment on this video. And it feels like there's a lot of posters on here that I haven't really quite got. There's some stuff covering the faces of these people on these posters. Some are blurred out, probably for copyright reasons, or yeah. So and you can see every time somebody has like a person on there, you see it's covered with something like a ticket. So it's hard for me to identify this who these people are. Now this person on the far right, on the on the bottom far right, with this kind of, I don't know what that's now, orangey yellow looking jacket on. He's to the side, so I guess we don't need to see his face. The person on top of that is blurred out. The person on top of that has like some type of comic book looking bubble, talking bubble. And then if you go next to the girl on the picture, the star of this frame, you see on the right of her, there's another picture with a lady with a blue dress and with some weird pink stuff around her. But the happy face is on her face, like a happy face, red happy face. And right next to that, I see, right next to that, I know it's not like the biggest picture for you guys, but you guys can look at the music video yourselves. This style right here looks like almost like Saved by the Bell TV show. This poster on the right of that, on the far top right of the picture, it looks like looks like the opening to Saved by the Bell, and that very early '90s style. So and the picture at the bottom, I have no idea what that is. But yeah. So actually, there's more stuff in here. Anything else I'm missing? And yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm trying to just see any type of. I love the ending right here. Like just it's like it's like a TV show. They have the directors, producers, the producers, the AD, um, Rachel Malone by Ning. They got the popcorn, and that TV is just tripping me out. Though, if anybody knows the year of that TV, comment below. I should get prizes for anybody who can figure that out. But in the future, I will be giving prizes. If you guys just subscribe to Mochi Pop Entertainment at YouTube, that's Mochi Pop Entertainment. I'll put my channel on the title of this video, hopefully, so you guys can. And my channel is in the description, so you guys should be able to get that easily. So yeah. All right. So thank you guys for coming, and I will see you next time. Bye.